morning. A big group of people at the shelter, most tented, and unfortunately stayed up after dark, yakking, laughing. Fun times, but then there's myself and other people who are in their tent or shelter who are trying to get rest. And this morning when I got up, I was not all that polite about being quiet around them because hey, it's daytime now. Time for hiking. You kept me up. Now I'll wake you up. A little vindictive, but maybe they'll learn. Anyway, yeah, it was sunny up through the leaves. You can see it, blue sky. As I've come down, it's gotten a little foggier, overcast. And I'm sure when I go up again, it'll be clear. I've got 2 mountains to go, similarly to yesterday. Hopefully it won't be as painfully tall or seem to go on and on and on without a break. That was draining both times. And I've got 22 miles to Pickle something shelter. Pickle Gap, probably. Gonna be quite a few people there again because I kept hearing them mentioning it in their plans. Which is another reason to get going and get there. They'll probably be in the tents again, of course, but the 2 people who were above me in the shelter the night before last and making horrible noises with their mattresses and dropping things over the edge by accident. They were the people that were beside me today. And as I gave them room, after they got in and kept kicking off her sleeping bag or whatever and kept hitting me, so I just got up out of my bed. I forcefully dragged my stuff 2 or 3 feet over and got back in. Just took a few seconds, but I was getting a little annoyed. And through the night, of course, I could feel her bag hitting me again, and you know, little by little, they crept toward me at their upper body, and I don't know, it's like they're not aware that they're doing things like that, but it was rather annoying, hence why I was a little bit more abrupt this morning, like turning the nozzle on my mattress full blast to let the air out. Quite noisy compared to what I might normally do, a little quieter. Oh, my heel had that big blister and the KT tape had kind of gathered up around it. I took it off and spread it out again. Hopefully it won't be a real problem going up the hills. Because like I said, there are 2 big ones today. Otherwise they feel same as usual, which is not always good. And I'm sure I will be looking for new over-the-ankle boots when I get into the town in a couple days. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, I'm sure there's something that can be bought while I'm there. I hope. Otherwise I'll just have to suffer on for a little while longer again, for another week. But I had planned to take a 0 day, at least 1 0. Just because it's been a couple weeks now. No 0, and it is tiring. And I would just like to have a rest. I just lay there and upload my videos. So, other than that, nothing new. I think it'll be a nice day. But I don't know because I don't have data and can't get the weather report. Hope for the best anyway. I'll talk to you later. Whew. Made it to the top of the first hill, I think. Not too burned out, but sweaty. Whew. I was thinking of Memorial there for a while. Something that Linus Cloudbuster had told me about how he paid for everyone's dinner one evening and he was handing out those 5-hour energy drinks to people. Very generous. I guess that was his wife that passed away, and that's what he's walking in memorial for. So all the more power to him. As for me, just tired. All this workout without any real break, I think is having an effect on top of my feet and the boots. I look forward to getting a different pair of something else. Oof. The AT is a workout, man. Do not go thinking it's a nice walk because of the videos where I show the path, because I'm usually only doing it because it was easy to record and not the tough stuff, the boring stuff, the wet stuff. It's a workout. I mean, it's 9, so I should have taken note of when I began at the bottom of the hill, but easily a good half an hour on the Stairmaster on full tilt with a backpack and aching feet. So go try that. Somebody had time on their hands.
Unusual cell reception here.
Yes, I would say that was pretty cool.
Had a nice little lunch, tuna and wraps and peanut butter wraps and almonds and some candy and one of those Energizer drinks. Kind of wake me up. We were all so tired, wiped out. You can tell when people are just sitting there and no one's talking. A little disheartening to see that I still got 10 miles to go, just 5 hours. But then I'd already walked 12, so maybe it's not so bad. And got a couple of views. So it's another hour about to get to the bottom of the hill before I begin the last climb of the day, and then traverse across the top and then descend down to the shelter. And gotten overcast, so the sun has gone away, And one fellow mentioned that the weather report was 70% chance of rain tonight. So I don't know how late that is, but I probably won't get to camp until 6:30, 7 o'clock. Hopefully there'll be room in the shelter and I can get something to eat before it rains. Funny how you have conversations with people whose trail names maybe you remembered, maybe you don't, but you just talk. And on the trail, if I'm not listening to a podcast, just not very often, it's just that repetitive sound of the feet and breathing and a stupid music that it might go over and over and over in my head, or a chorus or a few bars or a scale, something like that. Quite boring. Well, that was nice, unexpected trail magic. Took too long to get the hamburger cooked from scratch, so ended, what could have been a 15-minute visit ended up being more like half an hour, if not more. Again, had a couple pop, took one for the road, had the hamburger, some chips, given by a fellow by the name of, trail name, Bar Killer, as in Bear Killer, but pronounced Bar, as they call it in the South, I guess. And he's hoping to do it every year, just feeling out when is the right time to be here, in the bubble and that type of thing. Anyway, I kept thinking when I was having lunch earlier at the shelter, oh, what if I get down there and there's a trail magic? I should just go down there and have lunch at the bottom, but not that it would be scenic or anything, just in a parking lot, but there seems to be more trail magic right now than before normal. I think because of the Damascus bubble. And it's nice. I just wish I didn't feel so full. I've got a little hill to go over, maybe a couple hundred feet. And then I have the big hill, more like 1,000 feet, over a couple miles. I think it's about 8 miles to go. So, right now it's 2:45, so probably about 7 o'clock or thereafter I'll be getting into the shelter. Just want to get ahead of a few people I just passed, because I know that the English kid and his girlfriend are going to be in the shelter with me again tonight. I'd just rather be there before them so I could pick a spot that might be as far away as possible from where they are, so they don't bother me so much. Oh well, shelter life. The noise, the people. If you don't like it, you go to a tent and get away from the shelter just. So, living with it, I guess. It's supposed to rain. It did drizzle a bit there while we were sitting there. I put my pack cover on, but stopped almost immediately, as that type of thing does. Here's a little bridge. So, step up the steps. Whew. At least I don't have to worry about lack of calories today. Sure, I had 500 or 600 calories at lunch, and then that cheeseburger, a couple pop, some chips. So, anyway, I guess I continue forward here, yep. And dinner again tonight, so I'll be up and ready for tomorrow. Anyway, I'll talk to you in a bit.
I should have done that. And then so I tried to drive out. I was gonna have a heart attack. Yeah, everything just.
He started snoring.
Yeah, he wasn't moving. He looked like he was hurting.
Really? It started raining that very first time, like just a drizzle before 50 left, I think. And he just laid down, started to snore. He's like, yeah, I'm good here. Then 50 left.
Well, the rain started not long after that last video walking in the woods, and it got pretty heavy a couple times. So I just moving faster and faster, and I was running down the slope, and actually caught up with chainsaw, which was a surprise because he's pretty fast. And then we caught up to the guy with the beard and hat. I can't remember his name. And made a run for the shelter here. Because of the extra speed and trying to keep up with the chainsaw, ended up getting here at just a little after about 6 o'clock, which was my original estimate, but that was before I had the trail magic and lunchtime hour total, I think. So, and thankfully I was able to get a spot in the shelter. Of course, I had to get hold of my wet clothing. I found both of my heels now have blisters, and the tape didn't really help. So tomorrow I might have to remove the insert, the heel insert, and go with the ankle pain, which I'm grimacing thinking about, just to avoid the heel from popping out, because the shoe will be wet. I don't know what the weather will be like, but I also have another 27-mile day, I think. So it's going to be a tough one. And getting up and putting on my wet clothing and heading out. It's like a third of a mile from here to the actual trail, the AT. So that will all add up. And depending on how early I get up, chainsaw and the other guy took a campsite about halfway out the trail. So I probably won't see them when I head out. Oh, I started to had another non-fire meal of a lot of nuts and peanut butter with a wrap, and tuna in a wrap, and candy, whatever I could find in my bag that I didn't have to cook. I just was guzzling, try to get the calories. I had a Coke that I had brought from the last trail magic as well, so it was some calories. Anyway, basically feeling good, just my feet are just not in good shape right now, especially with the blisters. When I get to town and having a 0, it's going to be well deserved, and man, my heels are going to take some time to fully heal. So anyway, I'm going to go back to the shelter, have a little bit of water, and climb back in again to my quilt. It's 20 after 8. So still a while before it's dark, but might as well start getting rested, or continue getting rested. I have to keep pulling my pants up because I have no underwear and these pants don't fit anymore. So anyway, see you tomorrow. I'll see how it goes.